Hello, everybody. How you doing today? Welcome in. I'm gonna give it a few seconds for people to come into the live. If you do, um, while you're coming in, please leave a comment saying where you're watching from. Are you having a good day? How's the weather? Are you having a good week, good month, good year? Blah blah blah. All that stuff. Um, the usual intro I say is, "Well, we wait." I want to talk about something real quick. A lot of people are using AI wrong. And what I mean by wrong is if you put a prompt into AI and don't get the type of result that you would have liked, um, or you don't get the answer that you would have liked, or you just don't get an answer or result that is useful to you, just know you could have actually put in a prompt that would have gotten the answer. So you would have to find out that prompt either because you can learn how to prompt, or you can have a person or thing give you that prompt that will actually get you the result. Another example is, uh, for example, people could be typing basic prompts and getting basic answers, and then saying AI doesn't work for them, and that's like buying a gym membership and only using the parking lot, not knowing you could actually go inside the gym instead of just reaching the entrance in the parking lot. Now, what I do and what I teach at Promptify is prompt engineering. It can sound complicated, but it literally just means knowing how to talk to AI so that it gives you something that you can actually use. Um, and today I'm going to show you in a certain topic, and by the end of this, you'll be able to do it yourself in about 5 minutes, or however long it takes you to think up what you want to prompt, think of any details that you would like to add, and then type it in. So everything I show you is inside Promptify, and the link is in my bio. Um, I'm just gonna start here, bringing up the outline for today. So the fastest way to make a weak hook more clickable without clickbait. That sounds valuable. There's people in comment sections saying the word clickbait when something is clickbait, right? What if you could get the same effect that clickbait would get, getting people to click more, but you're actually giving them something real, or you're bringing value, or you're delivering and pulling people in, right? So you don't you just bring value, you receive value, you give value. You have a good funnel going for you, or you have a good funnel working for you, right? So um so if your hook sounds like a school assignment, people will scroll before they find out how useful the idea is. So I how is your offer structured, or how is, well, it's not an offer on the video, so maybe there's better words you can use to pull them in, right? Because you want the people to watch the video. Who knows if they just click on it? Who knows if they see the title first, or who knows what they get to work with? But if you can optimize these things, yes, that obviously helps. You just got them through the doorway. Um, a lot of good ideas die in the first sentence because the hook is too broad. Maybe they could listen through, maybe they won't. But let's help hook them in and actually keep them staying on the screen and wanting to hear more, if that's possible. If it's possible, that it only helps if you are implementing something like that, right? Now, something like tips for being productive might be true, but it gives no reason to stop. It could, maybe somebody just needs to hear that, but like maybe we can give more detail that will make somebody want to stay in the video. Unless, like, besides boredom or besides just being patient, like actually make them want to stay there, which helps, right? Everything that can keep them watching the video longer to the point where they can hear everything you have to say is the goal, right? Or get to the point where you can provide value and there's a value exchange, or maybe they can see your offer or your call to action. That's the whole goal, right? So how can we achieve that goal? So, like I said, tips for being productive might be true, but it gives no reason to stop. It does not tell me who it is, what is changing, or why I should care right now. So those are very, very specific things. So before I film, I put my rough idea into AI and I ask it for a few sharper hooks. No fake hooks. Not not you will believe this hooks. excuse me, not you will not believe this hook. So like that's like that a hook like that or a phrase like that obviously could make somebody question or be like kind of like oh what is this, what could this be talking about, but like the thing is it's like it's not maybe direct enough. Something more direct would help, right? Unless somebody's already if somebody's already a fan of your content and following your page or just scanning through all content in this niche, yeah, obviously they could sit through something like that, but let's be more direct. Instead of using a phrase like that that can stir up some type of, what's the word? Why is the word slipping my mind? It can stir up some type of like um not is the word's not confusion, but people will be wondering what are they gonna say next? Don't even use things like that. Like let's just be more direct. If you're making content for entertainment, maybe that maybe that converts better based on like the topics you talk about, right? But you're trying to sell something that people find it convenient when you save their time and you're trying to sell them something. They're gonna pay their money to you. It's being not like you're not pushing the sale immediately, but being direct about telling them what the value is very, very useful, and it only helps. It only helps while other things might not help as much. But you can do what you like, right? So back to the point. So not you will not believe this hooks. Just clear ways to name the problem and the outcome, right? So that's just very two direct things that can be brought up in that sentence. So, for example, tips for being productive can become: I stopped making giant to-do lists and started finishing 3 things that matter. Now, so end of quote. Now, that gives the viewer a real reason and a real result to look for. Then I choose a version that still sounds like something I would actually say. The goal is not to trick somebody into watching. The goal is to make the value obvious fast enough for the right person to stay. Now, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm actually just going to put the prompt on the screen and show you the result from that prompt as well. All right. Just give me a moment here. I'm going to do it in real time as well. I mean, I'll probably not flip to the screen while I'm putting it in, but I'm actually putting it in now. Oops. So you won't see you can see here, it's like loading, right? Now, here's the thing, right? It asked me for some specific details. Let me just show you the details that I put. I'm going to put the details in, but I'm not going to like show that. I'm just going to do that real quick. Can hear me typing. All right. So that typing didn't amount to me putting in all the information, but I'll explain that in a moment. I've been chatting with ChatGPT, and it has all the information that I would have inserted in, but I had to use a code word, right? The code word is placeholder. So I put the prompt in again, right? Now the information that it needs, it gave me 2 responses, by the way. So I'll just show you both. It could have just given me one, obviously, or I could have just picked one. But here's the thing, right? So I didn't put it here. Excuse me. The thing is, when I pulled this off of Promptify, I pulled the prompt in a Word file, and then the Word file added some symbols. Take those symbols out. So not the parentheses. You see how it says idea? That's where I would have inserted my idea. I inserted placeholder information or placeholder data or information, whatever. I code worded that in Promptify. So the details that you see that it's talking about here, that's the information that I had as placeholder. You would insert your own information. You take out these symbols, obviously. I mean, you could, if you copy and paste what I have on the screen, if you know how to type those symbols, you could add that. You still get the same result, but you can just take those out. What happens is when I was taking, like I said, when I was removing some information off of Promptify, I downloaded it in a Word file into my computer, and it put random symbols throughout some of the text. So I copied and pasted this text out of Promptify after giving it the information, so I can use it for the example in this video. So like just reiterating, you don't insert that in, but insert the prompt. For the idea, you insert your applicable information, and then here's the result, right? So let me just scroll down and show that result. I should have actually already scrolled while I was talking. So if you like access to high quality prompts like this and more, and you can see there's two versions. You stop, pause the screen, and see what it says, right? If you like access to high quality prompts like this and more, you can find them inside Promptify, and it's free to start in the link in the bio. If I said anything that was helpful to you in this video, that's amazing and that's great. And I hope you have a great day.